Welcome back everyone. Let's make some milk toffee today. We'll start with the cardamoms. Just bruise them up first, just to make it easier to peel them off, to get the seeds out. Make sure not to leave any traces of the peels. Using 1 teaspoon of the sugar that you already got, just grind them to a fine finish. By adding sugar, it's actually making it easier to grind it and faster as well. Once grounded, put it aside. We'll use it when we make the toffee. Now before you start doing anything, make sure that you keep this tray ready. If you don't have a tray, you can use a board as well, but I'm using a tray, so line it with some butter as well. Now I'm using a little bit medium to high heat, and my pan is actually not a very heavy bottom, so if you are using a heavy bottom pan, make sure to control the heat properly. I'll let you know when I get to that point. I'm just adding the condensed milk here. Now let's add the water and wash it off as well to get the leftover in the tin. And add that to the pan as well. I'm adding sugar there. Sugar works as a bonding agent here, and you might think that it's a lot of sugar, but that's how it is, otherwise it won't set properly. Now one thing you must remember is that you can't stop stirring this one when you make the toffee, and also it might bubble up and try to overflow. So if that happens, just lift it off the hot stove and keep stirring until it drops down, and then you can put it back on the stove. Now you'll have to keep this on the stove for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now it was on the high heat. Now I'm gonna reduce the heat after about 5 minutes to medium and keep stirring for about 10 to 12 minutes. Now it's starting to thicken up. I'm adding the cardamom powder and the vanilla and keep stirring. You'll notice that it starts to bubble up, and once it bursts, like pops out, that means it's enough. You can take it off the heat as well. But now I'm adding the cashew nuts. This is after about 2 minutes that I've added vanilla and the cardamom powder. You'll notice that the mixture moves away from the pot. That's actually enough, and then you can turn off the heat and take it off from the stove. Still keep stirring. The heat of the pan will be cooking the mixture still, so make sure it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Keep stirring for about another minute or two, and then you can transfer it to the pan that you prepared earlier, or the board. Now make sure not to touch it or taste it. It's extremely hot and it might burn yourself. You'll have to give it some time to cool it down if you want to taste it. This is one dish that you can't taste while you're cooking. You'll notice that the pan gets the residue on the pan gets hardened, and it's hard to wash out. So what I would do is put some water, soak it in, and wash it later on. I can't rush things out. Some things are not done easily when you're rushed. So now here I'm gonna add some butter to smoothen it out and evenly spread it. Once you've done this, you're gonna have to keep it for about 30 minutes to cool it down a little bit, not completely cool down, just to make sure you can mark off the slices and cut it into pieces. Now this is still warm. I'm gonna cut it into small pieces, but usually this can be cut into 25 pieces of sort of 1 inch size. It's entirely up to you how big the pieces you want it. And now I'm gonna keep it aside for about an hour and turn it upside down and take it off from that. It'll be nicely set. That's how I make my milk toffee. And this is actually an authentic Sri Lankan treat that accompanies afternoon tea. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at absolutneys, and see you next time. Have a good day.